Anthony and Alyssa, how beautiful it is that finally the day has come for us. After a year of preparation, this day has come, that we witness your love, be blessed, be guided by God.
From the beginning, things between Alyssa and Anthony were natural and easy. We mentioned at church, but they were introduced through mutual friends in the city. They're both architects. They both have fun, big, welcoming families, as you've seen this weekend, and they both view their relationships with each other and others as a #1 priority. But I think Alyssa knew Anthony was the one when she found out that his parents owned an Italian restaurant. Because if you know Alyssa, you know that food is of utmost importance to her.
Goddaughter Sony, thank you for making my wedding that much better by walking down the aisle and getting it ready for me. I just know you will get everyone in the church excited and you will do an amazing job. I'll be there now with you for now and forever. You have a special place in my heart. I'm not worried about you two. You guys are going to do so good.
Giving me away doesn't mean letting go. I'm so grateful to have you by my side.
See, I'm happy with you.
Today and always. Forever, your youngest daughter, Alyssa.
See, it's not giving me away, it's today and always.
Thanks. Means a lot to me.
The gospel talks about the wedding at Cana. And how beautiful that is, because in that wedding, the Lord was invited. And that is exactly what you're doing. You are inviting God to be a part of this relationship. You're coming to the church and asking Him to guide you throughout your married life.
Alyssa, believe it or not, Anthony and I didn't always get along the way we do now. The type of L word we would throw around wouldn't be love, but more like L-shaped Legos and rocks. In fact, to this day, there are still holes in our walls at home to prove how much we loved each other when we were kids.
Looks good, right? You look good. I like it.
Beautiful.
Alyssa really always had the guts to do stuff that I couldn't. But it's just one of the reasons that I look up to her. Also, because she's taller. Alyssa is just kind and funny and really loyal, and she's passionate and she's loving and has the most FOMO of anybody I've ever met in my entire life. Like, good luck with that. It's crazy. She just looks through the world with a lens of opportunity instead of challenge. And she's just always followed her heart and her dreams. And she just somehow manages to juggle this career where she works like 12 hours. I could never love anything that much. She works 12 hours a day, like ever.
Anthony and Alyssa, there are cultures in the gospel you were talking about. One is the Italian side, the love for wine. And on the other hand, Cana, of course, with the Lebanese background, the fusion of all cultures of a love. If there is any miracle that happened there, and even until now, it is that God unexpectedly does great things for us. Despite coming from different backgrounds, what are the odds that God put you together made you meet each other, I'm sure that is the miracle.
So these two truly couldn't be a more perfect match. However, they do exhibit some differences. The most obvious one is that Anthony is a laid-back, easygoing, straightforward kind of guy. Alyssa, on the other hand, is an overanalyzer who separates over everything and then second-guesses every decision she makes.
When I think of Alyssa, I see a remarkable woman who embodies beauty inside and out. Her caring nature, her intelligence, her hard work ethic, and friendly demeanor has earned her her vast circle of friends, many who've traveled great distances to be here today on your special day.
We really are blessed because we're all connected one way or another to Alyssa and Anthony. And clearly your relationship is far, wide, and deep because look at all of us. We're really your support system now. We'll recognize that tonight is the beginning, not the end. So as you move forward in your journey, please recognize that we're all here for you. We're all blessed to be here with you. So thank you for bringing us all together.
So let me remind you once again that base your love for one another on the love the Lord shows for you. And that is faithful love. You promise to be faithful to one another. And that promise is not only good for today or in the coming months, but as we talked about, it lasts a lifetime. There will be challenges along the way, but go back to how faithful God is, and that is how you have to be faithful to one another.
I know I didn't show it back then, but I always looked up to you and tried following in your footsteps, no matter how much we fought. In fact, that's why I took up wrestling, among other things. Partially because when you do things, you make them seem cool, and the other part was to try to ass. Eventually, we grew out of wrestling each other on a daily basis, probably because I started winning regularly. Eventually, our relationship mended stronger, and we could actually tolerate being in the same room without having to say uncle all the time. Our relationship grew even stronger after you met Alyssa, and now we don't go more than a couple of days without talking to each other. We have become business partners, friends, and I still consider you a great mentor. Your guys' relationship is so complementary and your chemistry is so contagious. I have come to enjoy my regular therapy sessions when stressing about work with you.
When I asked Anthony what he loves in Alyssa, this is how he answered. I love you, Alyssa. I love you because you make me feel at home wherever we are. You are my home away from home. You are one of the most caring people who puts others before yourself. You are a beautiful, strong, and independent woman who was raised in a loving home. These are all the qualities that excite me to begin our own family together.
Being with Anthony was different, and the decision to be with him was so easy for her. And it's truly the only decision I've ever known her to make without wavering. Anytime we chatted about moving forward with Anthony over the last few years, she was level-headed, excited, and confident in what they had. Whether it was moving in together, getting engaged, starting a family with their beloved dog Taco, or now officially tying the knot, it was so obvious and refreshing to me that them being together made everything right in her world. Their love is pure, fun, and exciting, but they still manage to have a deep friendship and relationship that will keep them grounded forever.
Anthony really is a perfect match for me. We have so many important things in common. We have big, fun families that we care deeply about, are both positive people constantly looking for the best in any situation, are always ready for a good time with friends, and just happen to also have the same profession, so we understand each other's passion for work. These core values make me feel like we can take on the world together. But our differences are what really made me fall in love with him. I used to think relationships took time and effort and might wear a person down, but with Anthony, it is the opposite. I am twice the person I could ever be alone because I am with him. It feels like any weakness I have, any bad day, any bad thought, Anthony is there to fill in the gap and lift me up. People are often afraid of the future and the unknown, but life doesn't seem so scary knowing I will have him by my side.
Anthony pulls my mother aside and he said, "Grandma, I want you to know the first boza that I'm going to propose marriage to your granddaughter." So my mother was honored and she was speechless. And then she looked Anthony in the eye and said, "Do you have the ring?" He hesitated for a moment. I think he was stunned. And my mom said, "Well, this is your lucky day because I have a trusted jeweler just down the street that I've known for 50 years. So she calls Les, they hop in a car, and off they buy the most beautiful ring that one could buy." Anthony, you letting my mom know first was such a class act I will never forget. We love you, we love your family, and welcome.
Anthony has one of the biggest hearts of anybody I've ever met in my life. Family and friends are so important to him, and I obviously, living with him, got to know that really fast. He just goes the extra mile for anybody to make them feel special. And I couldn't ask for a better person to marry my sister. And I want to personally welcome you into our family. But to me, like, you've always been a part of it. I actually knew Anthony was the one way before Alyssa did. When you quarantine with somebody, you really get to know them.
Anthony, do you take Alyssa for your lawful wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do you part?
I do.
Alyssa, do you take Anthony for your lawful husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish until death do you part?
I do.
While today, in this very moment, you love each other the most, I hope when you look back on today, it's actually the day you loved each other least. Now, take a knee.
Alyssa,
Anthony,
receive this ring
as a sign of my love
and fidelity. In the name of the Father,
and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit.
Habiba Antun, Ukhti Alyssa, I love you guys.
To a long life of love and laughter, you both deserve the best and most certainly have found it in each other. Cheers. Love you guys.
So walking down the aisle today, I had a tear in my eye because I knew I was somewhat losing a daughter to this great man. And it occurred to me before I got to the altar that I wasn't losing Alyssa. I was gaining a fantastic young man who is now my son. Can't tell you how much I love having you part of our family.
Alyssa, at my wedding, you gave a speech about how much you look up to me, but the truth is, I actually look up to you. You're a lot taller than me. You're intelligent, hardworking, athletic, beautiful, and one of the most genuine and well-rounded people I've ever met. I'm so lucky to have a best friend and a sister, and that I've been able to be here with you through your many accomplishments in life. But I truly believe your greatest accomplishment is today, marrying Anthony.
Anthony and Alyssa, we all, and when I say all, I mean all 300 of us, love you very much. Congratulations and cheers.